Okay, so we talked earlier about setting up your site so that you can have pages that have multiple categories on it. Just a little background about this theme. This was originally set up as a social media type theme. Um, of course, you had the menu up at the top that you could kind of mess around with, but the menu on the side was originally designed to be a menu of uh, articles. So it's designed to be like a blog where people could post articles up top. You and I liked it so much, this little effect right here, that we decided to use this as our menu instead of using it as it was originally intended, which was to link to articles. So normally what it would be was, let's say this top one was, you know, Brad Pitt or something like that. And you would click on that and you would go to a page that had posts on it that were all tagged as being relevant to Brad Pitt. So in this case, what we've done is instead of going to a listing of a bunch of posts, we went to a listing of one post, and instead of having it say read more right here, we said shop now. So it goes to that post, quote unquote, and that post is actually a link to multiple different books. And actually, if I click on edit post, you can see that I put some very specific code in there to show me product category of books, 150 per page, 4 per column, ordered randomly. So that's what's showing up on the books pages. Now what you were saying is you would like them to be able to come to this page and have it look more like the accessories page. So you go to accessories and go to the article that's called accessories. Then it has something like this where you have multiple pictures on the page and you can choose one of those pictures and it opens it up onto a page with just the candles on it. So we can definitely do that. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, so you'll notice that, let's say this one where it says boxing gloves. When I click on that, it's actually a link that goes to earthcultureroots.com, and then it says product category boxing gloves. So I'm actually going to copy that link because I'm going to be using that here in just a second. So let's go back to the dashboard, go back to your original site, go down to the left hand side where it says books, and we'll open up that page. Now again, this is just a page listing all the articles that are tagged as books. The one article that we have that's tagged as books, if I click on shop now to show you, lists all the books in random order. If you take a look at the page, if I edit this post here, you see that it's got that code in there. Okay, now if I wanted different categories in here, actually let me do this differently. I want to do this for the DVDs page. Say if I go to the DVDs page, scroll down just a little bit and go to the DVDs page, or CDs, DVDs. Yeah, DVDs right here. And let's say on the DVDs page, instead of having to browse through all of your DVDs, I just want to see the DVDs related to Bob Marley. Okay, so here's your listing of DVDs. You go to edit the post, and it's got all the stuff here. I could say something like choose a category. Alright. And I'm going to click on add media because I want to add like a little picture that they can click on. Choose Marley, get Bob Marley here. Choose one of these DVDs here. And I'm going to insert it into the post. Okay. Now you can specify a size right here. Let's say you want all of them to be, instead of this size, maybe you can do like a thumbnail, which is 150 by 150. Let's say you want a caption under it where it says Bob Marley, Click on update. Now it says Bob Marley. Edit this again. It says link to. Right now it's just linking to a copy of the picture. Remember that link that I copied earlier? I'm going to paste that in there. Let's see. Actually, it looks like it's. Hold on to that. Let me go back to the site again. Go back to accessories. Click on one of the links for accessories and copy that link. So it's kind of strange, but what I'm doing is I'm telling it instead of display a picture or display a page with pictures on it, I want you to actually find everything in a particular category. So I'm going to paste that in here. It says link to custom URL, and I'm going to paste it. Now the product category right now is air fresheners. Well, I don't want it to show up air fresheners. I actually want it to show up everything having to do with Bob Marley. So right here in my product categories, I did a search for Marley. I just hit Control F, and you can type that in and it searches for something. Anyway, this says Bob Marley under DVDs. So this is the product category name. It's Bob-Marley. So I'm going to highlight that, push Control C to copy it, go over here, and then paste that right here. So now what I'm saying, I want you to go to earthcultureroots.com, look up the product category called Bob Marley. So click on Update. And I'll update the page. Second. Click on View Post. Show me the post here. And now it says choose a category. So I can move my mouse across here. And it's going to take me to a page that shows everything tagged as Bob Marley. So I didn't actually create that page. It's not really a page that you can edit. It's like running a query through the database for everything tagged as Bob Marley. Okay, so that's one way that you can do it. Another way that you can do it is you can actually add it onto the menu as well. So let's go back to the dashboard. On the dashboard, left-hand side, go down to Appearance, go to Menus. Now, the menu is actually what's going to show up on top here. See how it says Home, Shop, Learn, News, Contact? Right here it says Home, Shop, Learn, News, Contact. So if I wanted something to show up on this menu, I can either choose a page here or I could do a custom link. So if you remember, let's see, under Home, remember we did this under DVDs, the thing that I just created with Bob Marley. I linked this to a specific address that said display everything in the Bob Marley category. So that's an actual link. It's a set of instructions sort of embedded into a link. So if I wanted that to show up on my menu, I could go to Custom Links. The URL would be that address, and then whatever I wanted to display on the menu, I could just say, Bob Marley, and I can add it to menu. Now let me get rid of some of these here. So I'll click and drag that up and put it right there under DVDs. So if you'll notice, Home, Shop, Learn, News, and Contact are all the way to the left. Now the ones that are somewhat indented, it says sub-item, sub-item, sub-item. So those are like a drop-down. Then the ones that are indented still are drop-downs off the drop-down. So if I save this up, go back over to my menu here, You'll notice right up at the top, again, it says Home, Shop, Learn, News, Contact. So if I move my mouse over Home and About, they don't really do anything. But if I go over Shop, because remember in the menus, Shop has multiple subcategories to it. As I move my mouse across the word Shop, it shows me those subcategories as a drop-down. And then you'll notice by DVD, there's a little sideways triangle because that's another drop-down off of that. So there's Bob Marley. And now when I click on Bob Marley, it goes to the page with everything that's tagged as Bob Marley. Now, unfortunately, these are, some of them are DVDs, some of them are, flags. So we'll have to sort of rethink that. But that's how you link things to a specific category. So again, you can put them over on the side, but just keep in mind these things over to the side are going to pages that list posts that are tagged with this tag right here. Like this one lists posts that are tagged as accessories. As a matter of fact, if I was to go into the posts, I could even show you that. So here's posts. And inside posts, you should see one that says accessories. So it's listed in here as accessories. So the ones to the left show you pages with posts on them. And then those posts, I've got them set up so that on that page, it displays the products. In this case, on the accessories post, it displays several pictures. So like I said, you can do several pictures and then link those pictures to where you can display the categories. So, no, it's a little bit confusing, but if you ever have any questions, of course, you can email me or you can always text me, 760-224-9413.